I remember going in my uncle's office, and right on the side of his desk, he had a skull. And it was real bone, not a Halloween skull. Real bone, a real skull. And I was little, and I was, whoa. Now, my uncle George his name, he had something good on him because he was a pastor too. Be relieved you do not find a skull on my desk. But for him, the skull was exactly what we do today, Ash Wednesday. Remember you are mortal. In order for you to live a better, more meaningful, more purposeful life. There is an old adage, an old saying going in Latin. Carpe diem, memento mori, means seize the day, remember you're mortal. That's what today is about. That's what Lent is about. Remember you are mortal. But not hitting you over the head with that. The purpose of it is always in order for you to live a better, more meaningful, more full life. It is what I heard about Steve Jobs, that he had the practice every morning to look in the mirror and to ask himself, is what I'm doing today gonna make a difference? And when there were too many days in a row when he looked in the mirror and he could not honestly answer yes to that question, is what I do today gonna make a difference? Then he knew he had to change something. I think it's the same thought. Living fully right here and right now, and looking in the mirror and saying, is what I'm doing today gonna make a difference? There is a beautiful, beautiful book called Being Mortal by Atul Gawande, a physician. And in a nutshell, how I understand it is, he does not want us to be scared of death, but to realize we're mortal, but to use that time best and most meaningfully. This is the difference I see from his perspective. Often when you read the obituaries, you will see after a long fight or long battle with cancer, or he or she lost the fight with cancer. How I understand the book, and Atul Gawande says, it is really not about losing or winning that fight. What it really is about is how to live with cancer and make the best of it, in a sense of asking a patient, what makes for a good day? And that may be very different for different patients. For someone, it may be to see my grandchildren play on the floor right here in front of me. And you can make that happen. No matter in what stage of cancer you may be, the grandchildren can come, you can make that happen. Or it may be, I want to go one more time out to eat at so-and-so restaurant. And then you can somehow make that happen. So what makes for a good day? Or I want to be able to recline and to read a book, or I want to see one more time that show, or I hope I can connect with my cousin again, or so very practical things that make for a meaningful, a purposeful experience in that time, that not cancer is the enemy against which the doctor battles all the time, but that the doctor becomes an ally for the patient, how to live with cancer most meaningfully right here and right now. And I think that's a little bit what Lent is about. We know our limitations. So why run with our heads against the door all the time and fighting our limitations, fighting? A battle we'll lose anyway, always, because just being alive, it's part of, we'll die. That is certain. At least now, before the cloning and the everlasting comes, whatever they'll try to do. For right now, it's for sure we're mortal. So instead of fighting the mortality, what do you do now that makes for a good day? What do you do now that makes for a good week, a good year, a good relationship, a good home, a good, you fill in the blanks? And there is always something you can do to make a day a better day. Always. I think that's what Lent is about. My invitation for you is take this time of Lent, of preparation for Easter, as a time of soul searching, a time of letting go, a time of refocusing on what matters, on what makes for a good day. And look at what is in your hands that you can do to make it a better day. Something we all can do something about that, can't we?